The Silent Village, Part 2. The stairway creaked under Daniel's weight as he followed the woman into the darkness below the church. His flashlight beam trembled against stone walls slick with moisture. The deeper they went, the colder it became, until the air stung his lungs with every breath. The woman didn't speak, but her hurried steps told Daniel everything. They weren't safe. Finally, the stairway ended in a narrow passage. Ancient bricks arched overhead, dripping with condensation. Daniel whispered, "Where are we going?" The woman didn't look back. "Down, beneath Ashwood." Her voice cracked, almost as if she hated saying the name. They walked in silence for minutes that stretched like hours. Every sound was amplified: the drip of water, the scrape of shoes against stone, the faint rattle of unseen things in the darkness. Then faintly, from far above, came the sound of doors slamming and footsteps echoing in the church. "They're searching," the woman whispered. Her hands shook as she held on to the damp wall. "Once they sense fresh blood, they don't stop." "Who are they?" Daniel asked, his voice quivering. She turned her pale face toward him. "The villagers, or what's left of them." Before Daniel could reply, a deep vibration shuddered through the passage, like something enormous shifting far underground. Dust fell from the ceiling. The woman froze, clutching his arm. "They've awakened the hollow." Daniel frowned. "The what?" She pulled him forward before he could get an answer. The passage opened into a vast underground chamber. Torches lined the walls, burning with greenish flames that gave no heat. At the center of the chamber yawned a pit, black and endless. Strange symbols were carved around its edges, glowing faintly. Daniel felt himself drawn toward it, as if the darkness wanted to swallow him whole. The woman yanked him back. "Don't look too long. That's how it takes you." "What is it?" Her eyes glistened with tears. "Ashwood was built over this place to keep it sealed. The villagers made a pact centuries ago. To survive, they fed it. Outsiders, wanderers, anyone unfortunate enough to stumble into the village." Daniel's stomach churned. "Fed it?" She nodded. "Blood, souls, whatever it demands." As if in answer, a low groan rumbled from the pit, vibrating through Daniel's bones. He stumbled backward, clutching his ears. Shadows slithered across the walls, stretching into shapes that looked almost human. Almost. The woman grabbed his face, forcing him to look at her. "Listen to me. If you want to live, we need to leave before the offering begins. Once the villagers gather, there's no escape." "Then why help me?" he asked. Her lips trembled. "Because once I was like you. I didn't belong here." Daniel stared at her. She looked no older than him, but there was something in her eyes, centuries of sorrow. Suddenly, voices echoed down the tunnel, dozens of them, chanting in that same strange language Daniel had seen in the book upstairs. The glow from the torches flickered violently, as if responding to the sound. "They're coming," the woman whispered. She pulled him toward another passage leading out of the chamber. They ran, their footsteps echoing too loudly, betraying their escape. Daniel risked one glance back and saw them. Figures pouring into the chamber from the opposite side. Faces pale and empty, eyes glowing faintly white. They moved as one, their voices blending into a single horrifying chant. Daniel and the woman ducked into a narrow corridor, but the chanting grew louder, closer. The walls seemed to close in around them. They burst into a smaller chamber lined with bones. Human bones. Skulls stacked neatly along the walls, jaws open in silent screams. Daniel gagged, stumbling. "Oh, God!" The woman shoved him forward. "Don't stop!" A sudden crash echoed behind them. The villagers were breaking through. The green fire from the torches flared as shadows writhed closer. In desperation, Daniel spotted a rusted iron gate at the far end. Together, they forced it open and stumbled into another passage that angled upward. A faint breeze brushed against his face. Fresh air. "We're close!" the woman gasped. But as they climbed, Daniel heard it. A voice deep and ancient, whispering directly into his mind. "Stay! Feed me! You cannot escape!" He clutched his head, staggering. The woman screamed, shaking him. "Don't listen! That's how it binds you." They reached the end of the tunnel, where a rotting wooden ladder climbed toward a trap door. Moonlight shone faintly through the cracks above. Freedom was so close. The woman went first, pushing the trap door open. She hauled herself up into the night. Daniel followed, his hands trembling as he gripped the ladder. The voice still echoed in his skull, begging, promising, threatening. As he emerged into the cold air, he realized they were back in the village, in a small courtyard surrounded by abandoned houses. The woman slammed the trapdoor shut, panting. For a moment, silence. Then from every window around them, pale faces appeared, eyes glowing white, watching. The woman's voice was barely a whisper. "We're too late." Daniel's flashlight flickered once, then went out. To be continued. Final part coming soon.